The title of this story is Rock On, Ryan. Chapter 1. What are you doing this weekend? Teresa asked Ryan as they walked to school together. Nothing much, said Ryan. Why? Dad's taking Isabel and me to the rock paddocks to have a picnic and to go rock climbing. He said I can ask you if you want to come. I'd love to come, said Ryan. He'd never been rock climbing, but he'd heard Teresa talk about it, and it sounded like great fun. Chapter 2. It was a long drive from the city to the rock paddocks. When they finally arrived, Ryan saw hundreds of huge rocks scattered across grassy paddocks. Teresa and Isabel showed Ryan their favourite rocks. This is Stegosaurus rock, said Teresa. Guess what this one's called, said Isabel, pointing at a rock shaped like a teddy bear. After lunch, Teresa's dad said, "It's time to climb. Are you ready? We'll start Ryan on Castle Rock. It's a good climb for a beginner." Ryan stood up and walked over to Castle Rock. He looked up at the steep rock face towering above him. Suddenly he felt very nervous. Teresa's dad put on a harness, helmet and safety rope, then he climbed up the rock face. As he climbed, he clipped his safety rope into bolts that were already in the rock. After attaching a rope at the top, he rappelled back down to Ryan and helped him put on a harness, helmet and safety rope. "You're quite safe," he said. "This is a belay rope, and I'll hold it. If you slip, it will stop you from having a bad fall." At the words, "bad fall," Ryan's stomach lurched. Carefully, he began to climb. Chapter 3. At first, Ryan managed to find places to put his hands and feet, but the higher he climbed, the harder it got. Suddenly, he ran out of handholds. His legs started wobbling, and he couldn't move. Ryan began to panic. "I'm stuck," he yelled. "What should I do?" "I'll lower you down," called Teresa's dad. "Walk backwards." Slowly Ryan moved backwards. One wobbly knee hit the rock painfully. At last he was at the bottom. "That was okay for your first attempt," said Isabel. "It didn't feel okay," said Ryan unhappily. For the rest of the afternoon, Ryan sat and watched Teresa and Isabel rock climb. Teresa scrambled up the rock faces quickly, while Isabel climbed slowly and carefully. It was obvious they both enjoyed rock climbing. Ryan felt disappointed because it wasn't fun for him, and he couldn't do it. As he waited, Ryan hugged his bruised knee and thought, "I'm never going rock climbing again. Rock climbing's not for me." Chapter 4. On Monday, Teresa gave Ryan an invitation to her birthday party. At first, Ryan felt excited, but when he read the invitation, his heart sank. The party was at City Rock, the rock climbing gym. "Can you come?" asked Teresa. "I'm not sure," replied Ryan. Ryan showed the invitation to his mother. "I hate rock climbing," he said. "You just need more practice," replied his mother. Ryan spent the rest of the week secretly dreading the party. He wanted to go because Teresa was his best friend. Yet if he did go, he didn't know how he could avoid rock climbing. Chapter 5. On the day of Teresa's party, Ryan walked into City Rock and looked around. City Rock was full of crooked walls covered with colourful bumps. There were children climbing up and down the walls, all attached to ropes held by adults. "Hi, Ryan," called Teresa. "Dylan and Ben haven't climbed before, so the instructor is giving them a lesson. Do you want a lesson too?" "My knee still hurts," said Ryan. "I might not climb today." "Too bad about your knee," said Teresa. "If you don't want to climb, can you time me, please? I'm practicing climbing faster. Press the stopwatch when I start to climb, and again when I touch the green bump at the top." After timing Teresa for 20 minutes, Ryan felt bored. He went to find Dylan and Ben and watched their lesson. Ryan couldn't see them anywhere, so he poked his head through a small doorway. The sign above it said, "The Foam Pit." The room was a big cave with coloured bumps all over the walls, and, instead of a floor, there was a deep pit filled with sponge foam. Dylan and Ben were clambering up the walls, but they were not wearing ropes. "Hello," said the instructor. "This is the Foam Pit. It's where beginners can practice without feeling embarrassed or worried about falling. Come on in." Chapter 6. Ryan clambered in, sinking into the sponge foam. "No one can see you in here," said the instructor. "And if you fall, you have a nice soft landing. The blue bumps are the easiest to climb, and the red bumps are the hardest. Why don't you try?" Ryan scrambled over to a wall covered in blue bumps. He grabbed hold and began to climb. It was much easier than Castle Rock had been. It was like climbing up a ladder. Ryan began to feel excited. He reached the top of the wall and then easily climbed down. "I think you're ready to be belayed on one of the real walls," said the instructor. Ryan felt his heart sink. What if he got stuck and everybody noticed? Ryan put on a harness and clipped on the rope. "Take your time, follow the blue bumps," said the instructor. Ryan reached up and started climbing. He moved slowly and carefully, but he didn't stop and, to his surprise, he didn't get stuck. He touched the ceiling and then rappelled back down to the floor. "Well, that was easy," laughed the instructor. "You can go and try some other climbs." "I will," he laughed. With increasing confidence, Ryan tried more climbs. He realised that, if he got stuck, he should just feel around for another bump. There was always a way up. He just had to find it. At the end of the afternoon, the instructor gave certificates to the children. Dylan got one for the fastest climb. Ryan's certificate said, "Rock on, Ryan." A few weeks later, Ryan handed Teresa an envelope. "It's an invitation to my birthday party," he said. Teresa quickly scanned the invitation. "You're having your party at City Rock? I guess that means you like rock climbing." "Climbing rocks rocks," laughed Ryan. Look at these sentences from Rock on Ryan. Listen to the word climbing. Notice that the B is silent. Make your own stack of words with a silent B. See how quickly you can drag and drop the words to repair the track. If you want to check a word, roll over it with the cursor to hear it spoken. Click Go to start. Lamb. lamb, job, climb, climb, limb, limb, bear, best, birthday, comb, comb, climbing, climbing, back, bump, plumber, plumber, numb, numb, climber, climber, cab, thumb, thumb, rub, crumb, crumb. Good work. The word train has stopped at the station. Type a word with a silent B, then click Go. See how many more words you... Great! You typed 10 words on the train. Play again or get your train ticket. You be the television newsreader. Read a news item about Rock on Ryan. First, you have to help write the words to introduce your story. Type your name and click Next. Choose a name for your television station, or make up one of your own, and click on Next. Choose a name for the weather forecaster on your television station, or make up one of your own, and click on Next. Here is the news item for you to read. Click Go to start. Use the speed adjuster to make the auto cue speed up or slow down. Write a silly story with the Silly Story Maker. Type your name and click Next. Type your class name and click Next. Choose the best food to take rock climbing. Munchy bunch of crunchy lumps. Choose the most sensible thing to wear when you go rock climbing. Plastic pyjamas. Which animals would you like to meet on a mountaintop? Pink and purple pelicans.
Hello?
What kind of restaurant would you most like to find on a mountaintop? Alligator's Hot Potatoes Burger Bar. If you fell off a mountain, what would you like to land in? A cauliflower and onion smoothie. Choose the softest sound. A soft squelchy splop. Click on Go to get your silly story. Click Next to read your silly story. Click Listen to hear your silly story or read the story yourself. Ryan packed his munchy bunch of crunchy lumps, put on his plastic pyjamas, and started climbing. It was a long, hard climb. When he got to the top, he was the only one there, apart from 3 pink and purple pelicans, in Alligator's Hot Potatoes Burger Bar. On the way down, Ryan's rope broke and he fell. But he was very lucky. He landed in a cauliflower and onion smoothie with a soft squelchy splop. What a great silly story. Click on the print button to make a copy to keep or play again to make another silly story.
Nouns. Nouns are naming words. They name people, places and things. Sun, man, plane, dolphin, rocket. Now you know what nouns are.